You have to take out your notes and everything.
I don't have notes.
You have to be organized.
I haven't organized a single one of these yet.
Oh.
It's all impromptu. It's all talent and skill.
Okay.
The stuff you know me for.
I don't know. I know you as lazy. I know you as the one that doesn't pick up his plate from the table.
Okay. All right. Let me get started. Okay. So this
My
is...
name is...
You're so annoying.
Oh, wait. I have to control my laughter because my brother said that I laugh ugly.
She always laughs ugly. It's just part of her.
I have different kinds of laughs.
So. It defines you. Ugly is a part of something that defines you.
Okay, let's get this started.
If you would actually not interrupt.
Okay, sorry.
So this is episode 7 of the lbitt podcast. And I have my sister, older one. She's kind of ugly. Sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I do need to be appreciative of her, but...
Most of the time. Every time. All the days.
I already bought you a keyboard, so...
Oh, he bought me an Apple keyboard, guys.
that's
he's rich
for
now.
all your for all your sacrifices. That's you get you get a keyboard.
Worth a keyboard, a wireless magic keyboard.
It has the number pad.
The number pad.
It has,
yes.
What were you gonna say? Number.
It's $20 more than the original one.
That's
so.
$20 I could have spent on like a combo.
On food.
Exactly. That's my lunch or around there. Half a lunch and a half. So like I've known you around like what 20 years around there 21 a little over 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah, I think
21 plus a few months and
somewhere around there.
Maybe practically your whole life.
One could say that. Yeah, it's just like I don't know honestly like life is always with you. So
for real.
It's
everything is around me. When he was younger, he would always be like, El Jenny did this. El Jenny did that.
Well, that's because you were always ruining my stuff. Oh. Like when you broke my Xbox. Remember when you broke my Xbox?
I don't recall that.
Yeah, I was playing my Xbox, and you come into my room saying, "Oh, I'm gonna use your room." So it
was my birthday, so when it was my birthday, I could do whatever I want.
You unplugged my Xbox as I was playing.
Okay.
You put it in the box.
We have a rule in this family that when it's your birthday, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
And that day was my birthday.
You didn't ask. You just packed it all up.
Because it was my birthday.
And you didn't even pack it right, and it just fell out of the box.
I could do it. No, that wasn't planned though.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be okay.
You thought an old box that was all worn out was gonna be able to hold the weight of an Xbox.
I wasn't the smartest person either.
That's true. I can't hold it. Did you verbally see it? Ladies and gentlemen, we have this story with Jenny when she was... You would think she was young, but this was like 2 years ago.
No, it was not 2 years
ago.
It was probably like 5 years ago. We were in 18.
No, we were in apartment 16.
No, we were in 18 because I remember that
Jenny.
I was standing right outside.
And coming out of the 16 door.
No, it
Jenny,
was 18.
I guarantee.
It was 18.
Okay, how much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet?
Because I remember I was in the living room and it was like when mom had the bed there.
No. Okay, mom had the bed in 16 too.
We were going to Six Flags.
I know.
You wouldn't go to Six Flags when we were in apartment 16.
Okay, yeah, you guys would make me go.
No, you never even had a Six Flags pass.
Yes, I did.
No, yeah, when we were in 18.
No, when we were in 16 too, because we had to get all like 4 or 5, 6 passes.
No, we got 4, and it was just me, Matthew, Melanie, and me.
Okay, so if it was 5 years ago, how old were you? 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm not 25.
Okay.
I'm 24.
All right, 19. My bad.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was not the smartest, like I said. No, it was just because I was really mad. Okay, so this is the story. Okay, so we're trying to get ready.
We are ready.
We're ready to go to Six Flags. And I think there was another time when we went and then one of us didn't have a pass.
It was one of the kids. It wasn't even...
like I don't even know who it was, but one of them didn't have a pass, so then it took us longer to go inside.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to make sure that Louis had his pass because he had his own pass.
I
for
told
some
you I
reason.
have
My
a
mom
pass.
didn't have it, so you know.
Because I was a grown up.
Okay, he was a grown up, so I was already annoyed for some reason. I don't even know why.
Because you're always annoyed, Jenny. It was just chaotic, you know. The kids like all excited.
We
They
were
weren't
just
getting
trying
ready.
to get everyone, to get ready and like to leave already because we were pretty late.
I think we were going to Hurricane Harbor. No, that's why we had to like pack up all like swimsuits.
Yeah, so it was
stuff.
just like so chaotic. We were trying to get all three kids ready, and then my mom, and then Louis. So Louis was being a loser, and he was just like,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm just waiting for you guys. Like like when guys are just sitting around and they're not. Like,
okay, well
helping.
then we only do that when we're actually like ready to leave. I had already taken everything to the car. We were just waiting on the kids and their backpacks. We were ready. We were leaving, and then you're just so upset. So we walk out the door, and you're like, "Oh, do you have your pass?" I'm like, "Yes, I have my pass." She's like, "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm sure I have my pass." Did you verbally see it?
No, I said, no. Show me. Did you? No.
No, you told me.
Let me see it. Let me see it. And you're
I was
like,
like,
I have it.
I
I
have
have
it
it in my wallet. And I'm like, okay.
Did you verbally?
Did you verbally see it?
And I had to take like 10 seconds to like.
It took him long to process that.
Yeah, it did. Well, that's a very dumb thing to say. Especially when you're trying to sound. It's funny because every time you're upset, you always try to like one up us in one way.
Yeah.
And right there, you're trying to sound smart.
And then I end up sounding really dumb. Yeah, I know. Okay, but the point is
that it was like a year or two ago.
It was.
We were in 16.
It was 18, bro.
All right, we're gonna make a bet.
And we're gonna ask mom. I'll buy you 2.
All right, that's fine.
2 of the big Patrons.
All right, because I'm right, so it's fine.
And if not, you're gonna buy me the
okay,
iPhone 12.
Yeah, shake on it.
Because I need it for La Shona Lashes.
Oh,
Ooh,
La Shona Lashes. That's a nice
I
segue.
need to do a shout out here for La Shona Lashes. If you guys want any lashes, hit me up.
Anyways,
you guys can go to LaShonaLashes.shop. No, LaShonaLashes.shop. Right?
I don't know your URL.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Just look it up on Instagram.
We have natural lashes.
They don't.
They're not extra lashes. We have.
They don't have extra.
Yes, we do, and we have the best quality lashes. So.
No, they don't.
If you need lashes, or if you need anyone to do your makeup, hit me up.
She does terrible makeup.
I do amazing makeup.
You do pretty good makeup.
And it's self-taught, Support small businesses.
Yes. Believe it or not, we're actually sponsored by La Shona Lashes.
I give them $1 each
week.
Each week.
Each week.
No, actually, each month. It's 25 cents each week.
Jesus, that's obviously they treat me with love here.
Really, so much love.
Well, you did get me something actually. I forgot what you got me. So technically, you are kind of sponsoring. No, but yeah, definitely check out La Shona Lashes. I know a lot of people are happy with the products. I know I could personally say I'm happy with mine.
They look so natural.
They do look natural. You can't even tell I have them on.
He wears them to work every day.
Yes, I do. That's why I get all the ladies looking at me.
They ask him where his lashes are from.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so I know you kind of brought it up out of nowhere. Like you were saying that you wanted to start selling lashes. And I remember like thinking like, look at this clown.
You're
No, I don't. I just honestly, it felt like it was out of nowhere because I didn't really.
It was out of nowhere because I think I don't know. It's kind of weird because I've been in school for a very long time, but I haven't really like decided as to what I really wanted to do.
Okay.
So then when I was at work and it was just kind of like when I see myself at work and there's so much more I can do, and then I see that business is very like, it's kind of like all over the place. Like wherever you decide to end up being, yeah. I feel like you have a little bit of business everywhere,
Yeah,
if you want to be a director, you should know, the business side of it. If you want to be a nurse, negocios. You should, there's every, let's say if you want to be a nurse and then you want to start your own practice and your own office, you're gonna have to end up,
starting a little business. Start
your own business.
A little LLC.
Yeah, so I think that's where I decided I wanted to do business. So then when I started doing business, I decided I wanted to do a business of my own.
Yeah, and honestly, I know, well, at least personally, like a bunch of my friends are like, "Oh, we should do this, we should do that, I should do this, I should do that," but they never get started on it.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, I could say, and I should say this, like more often, that I'm proud of you. All right, enough. Relax.
That's all.
No, like, well, yeah, because like that's I remember you saying that like you just got to do it. And honestly, because you started La Shona last year, that's why I was like, I think I'm gonna start my podcast.
Oh, I know. We talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
you were super encouraging,
but we were doing. I was talking about doing vlogs and stuff, and I wanted to do YouTube. Yeah. And I kind of we were talking.
You bullied me into it. you're like you're never gonna do anything if you don't start on something. And I was like, you know what, you're right.
And it's pretty cool. I think you're very comfortable when it comes to
surprisingly, I don't know why I get so comfortable here. Honestly, like I don't want to say I'm a completely different person.
Yeah.
But like I have no trouble like saying stuff like I'm proud of you.
Honestly,
even though I shouldn't.
Honestly, like I think the past 2 years, I think since you started working, you've kind of like grown. Became like you're not a kid anymore. Because I remember when you were younger, you would struggle with just ordering what you wanted to eat. Like you would we would go out, and I clearly remember being at Norm's and just being like,
give me this one.
Getting asked, like, the server's there looking at us and asking him, like, what would you like to eat? And he's looking at me like, what do I do? What do I say?
I don't know. It
was just so nerve-wracking for you. You get me?
Yeah. I mean.
And then when they would give you something, you'd be like, thank you.
I know. You like say it louder.
Yeah, like they can't hear you. Thank
you. I don't know. It's because every time, dude, like, I think it was just like, I'd always feel like everyone's just judging me.
Yeah.
And, not like, oh, like, he's shy or whatever. Like, it just felt like everyone's always looking at me.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm over it now. Like, yeah, I still get, shy and nervous. Like, I still feel uncomfortable sometimes. But it's not, like, as paranoid as I was before.
Yeah.
Because, like, before, like, as soon as, like, I'd walk in, like, a fast food restaurant, like, to get food for, like, us and everyone. And I'd order, like, a big food. And I'm like, oh, they're probably thinking it's all for me or something like that.
No.
And so, like, I just kept, like,
you
telling.
You would just, like, assume so many things. Like,
I'd always keep telling stuff in my head. Like, I had, like, I still have, like, this social anxiety. But, like, back then, it was a lot more, like, paranoid.
No, but I think you've kind of, opened yourself to, like, having more conversations with just random people.
Yeah.
Because before, it was, like I said, you couldn't even talk with someone and just be like, I want this, or thank you, Or when they would, like, fill up your drink and you would just be like, what do I do? Like, you knew what to say. You just didn't do it.
I know. I remembered, like, knowing. Are they not?
I don't know. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Mom.
Estamos grabando ya. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
My mom came to say hi.
Quiere decir unas palabras para los, how do you say, audiencia?
Para los seguidores.
Quiero una cerveza.
Oh,
she
¿Sí
quiere?
Mom, usted
Aquí
quiere
tenemos.
wine. You want wine.
Quiere vino, ¿verdad?
Bebé quiere nada.
Sammy también quiere decir unas palabras.
No.
Hi.
Oh.
I think she said hi.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
I didn't hear them knocking.
I kind of.
Yeah. Look at Benji. He's just looking like.
He always has a different face when he gets up from laying down.
Benji's my son, you guys, but he's a dog.
She's
I'm a
pregnant.
mom dog.
She's been pregnant
I'm a
4
dog
times
mom.
already.
Dog mom, right? Not
Yeah.
a mom dog.
But yeah, so I remember, like, when I first noticed that I wasn't as shy anymore, and it was when I was taking my photography class, and we had to get, like, these little sleeves to put in, like, the rolls of film. And I remember, like, you have to go, like, to a counter and ask for it. And so when I asked for it, the girl like she you know she was like joking around. She was like, "Oh, it's $5,"
Mm-hmm.
and but you know it's free.
Yeah.
And they told us it was free. So like, I was kind of confused for a bit. Like, wait, do I really need to
You're
pay?
like, wait, what?
I was like, I actually have to pay. And you know, knowing me before, I would probably like just be dumb
Mm-hmm.
and be like, you know, and then she'd like, "Oh, I'm just playing,"
Yeah.
and like give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like for some reason, I was comfortable enough to be like, I thought it was 20. And then you know she like laughed and you know she
Yeah.
said like another one,
Yeah.
but and then like that's it, you know, and it wasn't awkward either, you know.
Yeah.
It was just I was just a lot more comfortable and like I actually like
Yeah.
conversed for some reason.
And
so,
you don't realize like when you get comfortable until you actually like do it, and you're just like, oh, what?
like what?
Yeah.
I actually said something and
Yeah.
didn't look like a dumbass just standing there.
Yeah. I think that also would happen to me like during like after high school once I graduated, because you know when you're in high school you kind of talk to the same people all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like you're used to it, but once you're like outside in the real world, you're kind of like you don't realize it, but then when you do end up just talking to random people and just you know having conversations, you're
Yeah.
just like, oh crap, it just happens naturally.
I think Universal helped me a lot with that because, like I've said before,
Yeah.
probably 5 times already, because I always bring up Universal for some reason. Like it was just someone new every day, and so like they were like interesting people, and
Yeah.
there was just
Especially like amusement
Yeah,
parks.
you get all kinds
like
of
you
people.
get all kinds of
It
people.
was getting people from Compton, people from like Chester something. I don't know, I
Yeah.
forgot, but all over, you know, LA.
Mhm.
And you know, before that, I always just knew people from the valley. You know,
Mhm.
puro pinche poli,
Mhm.
you know that. So it was like, oh, like there's cool people
Yeah.
around, you know,
Yeah.
just not annoying people. So like it was, I don't know. I think now, especially since I became a writer,
Nah.
especially since you know, like I've like been more open with my storytelling, or not open, but you know, I'm putting more time into it. Like I like meeting new people. Like
Yeah.
I just need to like overcome this little anxiety that I have to you know
Mhm.
to do it.
You know, another thing that also helped me out, I think I don't know if you know that about me, but you know the whole festival vibe thing that
Oh,
that I
EDC?
do. Yeah, like
It's
EDM
weird.
was kind of like a life changer for me.
Really?
Like yeah, like
Don't
I-
people die
like,
there?
I mean, yes, but that's if you only go for the drugs, you know? But it's kind of like, I think it's kind of cliche, you know, because people say like, "Oh, music changes me," or music,
Yeah.
you know, saved me, and it's kind of like,
It's true.
yeah, it's true, and I experienced that with EDM because
Really?
I think I've always liked it. I just never
You would
had.
always bully me when I listen to electronic music. You're like, what is this? It's just sound.
No, I would bully you when you would listen to rock.
Rock.
That I don't understand. But
rock.
see,
Like what?
but
okay.
I think I only bully you because you're my brother. But like, I think ever since I started liking EDM, it was kind of like I know there's a lot of people that bully people that like EDM or like make fun of them, and they're like, oh, what is that? You know. So it's kind of like I understand now if like I wouldn't bully anyone.
Yeah.
You
Now
get me?
you're one
'Cause-
of those people.
yeah,
getting bullied.
because it's like I'm one of those people that like get talked
It's
down
because the
to.
culture is weird sometimes. Like I know there's this like marriage proposal, and they were using like these wristbands that like were neon and
the
were glowing,
candies.
and they're like, oh, like I want someone like this. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is that?
And no,
out of
I
everything?
think some people do take it to the extreme, but like honestly, like
Yeah, like
I do enjoy that like EDM in
Uh-huh.
general, and I think festivals are always just like a big thing for me because I've gone to several of them, and they're kind of like a good way to just have fun, you know, and ignore everything else
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter if like you have big problems or small problems, but just
having a
anything
good
that
time.
you're having a good time, you ignore everything, and it's just you're living life like in the moment. So
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
I think
it's pretty cool.
I think that's something I'd like to experience too. Because I've only gone to one concert,
Yeah.
and that was the Logic
Yeah.
one. But I met Steve Blum, or Bloom apparently.
Oh, I heard
Yeah.
your other podcast that
Yeah,
you're doing. Yeah.
And so like I don't know. I didn't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was smoking.
Yeah.
It just smelled like cigarettes and like
Yeah.
wax. So I was like, not really having a good time. But I don't know if that was just because it was like Logic.
See, like concerts are very different because I had been to concerts before. Like I had gone to,
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yes, I've gone to J. Cole. I've gone to Russ.
Nirvana. Because
Who?
you have one of their shirts.
Whose?
Nirvana.
Have never gone.
You have their shirts.
I have the shirt, but I just got it because it was cute. I don't even know who Nirvana is. But, I've been to concerts, and I've actually been to Rolling Loud, which is like...
Is that a concert?
It's a festival, but like...
Of mini concerts?
Of rap music, right? So I had been... I
is
went
that where they
to
booed out Drake?
I'm not so sure.
Oh,
maybe. But I've been to Rolling Loud in Miami. So that was like my big, festival, whatever. But then I started going to festivals like with, Wonderland and, all the EDM festivals. And I think it was so different. And I actually ended up going to EDC, Las Vegas. And like it was really, really different. It was really cool to just, meet new people. And I think that day, at least that time when we went to that festival, it was just really, really different because I was able to meet like new people and just have conversations as if we knew each other.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know like there's a lot, like there's always these groups, that people are like, oh, they're weird or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the EDC. I know like the anime people are like that too. And I don't know. I think like if you're a social person, if you're like kind of extrovert, like those could really be like good places to make lifelong friends. Like I know for video games that's like a big thing too. Having these really close friends, but you don't even know them.
You don't even
because like you've never seen their face, but you have all these memories of like games and whatever. But for you guys, it's like music. So like I think it's good that you have something you can enjoy like that.
Yeah.
Because I know you kind of didn't have something like that.
Yeah.
You just had makeup
crazy.
and clothes.
Yeah. I think it was like I've always liked it, but I never really looked into it until Carlos, my boyfriend, actually got me into it because he was the one that was already into it, and he would play that kind of music, and it would just be like, oh crap, like I like that.
I remember when you first started out, I was kind of like, I was all about her, like, oh, you bullied me when I would listen to it, and now you're listening to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she's a poser or whatever. But then you started like naming DJs and like following like the Junkie Kid and other like names that I kind of forget. I was like, oh, she's Harry Styles. And so like I was like, oh, she's actually getting into it. So that's pretty cool because I know it was like, like with our past, I know it was like hard for you to get into stuff.
Yeah, I think it was really hard because growing up, I was kind of, I had like my priorities were set as a very young age. You get me? So, what has it? It's been a while. It's been what? 2008.
Yeah.
2008. It was summer of my 5th grade going into 6th grade. So,
Yeah,
it's been a while. It's been a while because it was never, like stuff that I would have to, like, I was never going into things that I liked for myself because I was busy doing other things. So it's
like I know before that, you were like getting like these backpacks of like High School Musical, Hannah Montana stuff, things a kid will want to get into. But then, like, there was just this huge change when Dad left.
Yeah.
And I like, honestly, I can't really remember you getting stuff that, that were, like, for you.
Yeah.
Like, for your birthdays, I'm pretty sure it was all just clothes.
Yeah.
And I remember how upset I got when I got to that age where instead of getting toys, I got clothes.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? But, yeah, like, it's crazy. I know you were, like, trying to get into reading, but you just couldn't.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think it's very different when it comes to, since I am the oldest, I think it's different, like for myself and for Mom too, because we went, like, as a family, we went through a big change. Like 2008 was just a big change, like Dad was out of the picture.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it was a family where everything depended on him. He was the one who brought the money in. Mom never worked. Well, I mean, she never worked during the whole like marriage.
Yeah.
So it's like it was kind of weird.
She
And-
like
and
she
knew-
didn't know how to put
Yeah,
gas either.
she didn't even know how to put gas. So it's like for her to have to, you know, start doing everything that dad used to do, it's like, you know, so I felt the need to be able to help her and be like her support system and just be there for her, you know, cuz
Yeah.
especially because we had Matthew, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think you and I had always asked for like a sibling and like it just happened while everything was changing
Yeah.
for us. So I think in our heads we were like so excited to have Matthew that we were just
I
like,
know.
oh,
Like
Matthew.
looking back, like I can't imagine like how scary it must have been for mom too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, to
I,
just
I remember going to Vaughn specifically. Like she always talks about it too. Like how excited I was for Matthew.
Mhm.
You know, I was getting like all the baby food and stuff, even though he was like a couple months away.
Yeah.
And like I can't imagine, you know, like just how like scared she must have been. You know,
Mhm.
not knowing, because
Yeah.
I know we didn't know right away, or
Yeah.
at least I.
Yeah,
didn't.
we didn't. We didn't.
So
We
like
didn't have
just you
any.
know just that the ignorant, you know, like
It's crazy though. It's crazy
It
to
really
now think about it. Like back then, how like mom had to go through all that like by herself,
yeah,
and how she couldn't. You know, like I kind of wish we were like
grown.
this age,
So
you know,
she
so we
could-
could do so much more
Yeah.
than like what we were doing back then. Because I remember it was just kind of like, oh, you know, like I don't even remember what I thought back
I just
then.
remember being so confused all the time, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it was, cause I know I'm pretty sure you like found out before I did,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so like you know, as a kid you were acting up, you know, as
Mhm.
one normally would,
Mhm.
and I just remember like how selfish I was, like everything was like me,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you noticed or if you like heard that one time when I was talking about it, how like I kind of felt like the need to like be goofy for you guys or kind of cheer you
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like I think that was my way of
Way of-
trying to help.
Yeah.
Cause I know like I know you like always call me like childish and stuff,
Mhm.
and you know like yeah sometimes I am, you know, on purpose. Honestly.
On purpose. Yeah, he's not a child, guys. He's 21.
No.
He could drink now.
So like I just now like I'm really grateful, you know, like cause you know how I'm always like, oh I have the best credit and stuff like that, you know, just
Yeah.
dumb things.
He only has a good credit because of us.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that's like the thing that
See, but like, I don't think I'm the type of person to be like, oh, well, you have a better life than me because of
yeah.
because
No,
of
yeah, for
me.
sure,
You
yeah.
get me? Or because you know,
Like,
I don't
I-
think I do it for that reason. I even tell mom that, like, you know, I don't know what people think, but like when they see us, I don't know if people think like, oh, like pobrecita Jenny, or like, oh, she has so much on her plate, and
Yeah.
it's like, no, I'm doing what I can, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because I'm obligated to. I'm doing it because I want to and because I can. You
Yeah.
know, I've been blessed to be able to help, you know, mom and like
Like,
us as a family, you know.
I know you could have left. You know, that's
Yeah.
like a big thing that, you know, that I obviously don't show as much appreciation as I should.
Mhm.
But like it's just, you know, like we're really close.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I don't know if people think, okay, like the situation we're in now, like I remember being like 4 years ago, we were just wishing like, oh, let's wait until Sammy like is able to go to school full
Yeah.
time and you know and be able to stay in the after school program so we can be okay. Like I remember
Yeah.
that we were just hoping and like
Waiting
you know,
for them to
waiting
grow up
for
already.
that moment for them to be, you know, grown enough to, you know, stay in the after school program, or grown enough to, you know, be able to send them off to school and not have to worry about who's going to be taking care of them or who's going to pick them up from
Yeah.
preschool, you know. So it's like now that we're in this situation, it's so much smoother, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a pain, you get me? Like
Yeah. It's
I
just, you
I
know,
enjoy being able to, you know, live with my family at least as much as possible, you
Yeah.
know, because you know at some point I'm not gonna be able to, so
yeah.
why not stick a little bit longer?
Yeah, like I know we have like a pretty different dynamic than at least, you know, the families that I
Yeah.
know. You know, like I know there, you know, obviously it wasn't smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm in apartment 18, like we've had many countless sleepless nights, you know.
Yeah.
times, where like some of us would just get up and like just start crying because we
Yeah,
couldn't sleep,
yeah.
and like it was just, I think looking back, like it's crazy how much we went through.
Yeah, which is why we're as close as we are now.
Yeah.
Because I think nobody has experienced that kind of thing. Like, okay, like we would dead ass wake up in the middle of the night crying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, like she's weird, or
Yeah.
like we would like all get up and we would literally just be like,
just
I don't
be
know,
there.
like
We're
like,
legit just up with them. That's
yeah,
it.
Like just talking, or we would just and even now, like you guys, like you and mom work late, so
Yeah.
like sometimes you guys come home like at 1 a.m. and like I wake up and we just start talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like we can go hours and hours just talking. So it's kind of like, it's a bond that like I think it would never have happened if it wasn't for dad leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, yeah, that's why that's why I'd come to say that, like, I've accepted that he left.
Yeah.
That I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like I know, like there's times where I'm like, being like shy or whatever,
Yeah.
want to be alone, but like I don't know, like I just really wish I was a lot more open.
Mhm.
Like just to like really show like my appreciation, how much
Yeah.
I've been able to do because of you guys.
Yeah.
And like I just know, like I wish I did so much more back then. Like
I don't.
because like dude, you were doing a lot. Like you were taking the bus from Sunland to Hunga.
See, but that was just
To the
because
valley.
like I was like, you have to keep in mind we were used to a lifestyle that was very different compared to what everybody else had.
That's
Back
why.
then it was just like, I was never involved with like, oh, how we were gonna pay the rent or
Yeah.
how we were gonna do this, because everything was taken care of by dad. You
Yeah.
get me? So it was like, if mom didn't worry, we didn't worry. So when that did happen, I think it happened for a reason, because if we would have stayed in that track, and if everything would have been okay, like I think we would have been different. I think
A
maybe
lot different.
like probably we wouldn't have been like as close as we are now.
I know for a fact we wouldn't.
Like, because
We had our own rooms.
yeah, we had our own rooms, we had our own thing going on. Like, we were really different. So because of what happened to us, what was taken away from us, we were able to realize like what we have to do. At least for me, from my end, I think I was able to realize that I had to work hard in order for me to have what I have.
Yeah.
And that's, and I'm proud to be able to give what I give to this family, like,
Mm.
because it's like I'm able to be like, I can take care of myself and others.
Yeah.
And that's something not a lot of people can say at 24.
Yeah, like I know when you were like still in high school, you were taking the kids to school, and you would take me sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just, even when
See,
we're,
and people might see it as, oh, like
she has to do
she
it.
has to do it, or it's not fair that she has to do it. But I don't think it's ever like, everything I do, it's not because somebody tells me to do it, it's because I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it comes out of because why not be able to take the kids to school, or why not because it's, I don't know, I think it's something that I've, maybe as like the older sibling, it's a thing.
Yeah, like it's I don't know, like honestly I wouldn't know how you became like that kind of person, because
I don't even
like
know.
yeah, because like back then you had no worries,
Yeah.
your biggest worries were like, oh, am I gonna get this phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
think
like,
that was,
Yeah, so like just like you stepped up big time, and not because you had to, or arguably you kind of
Mhm.
had to, else we wouldn't be able to make it. But you weren't doing it with neglect. You weren't saying
Mhm.
you were stuck here and things like
yeah.
that. But you became a parent. And
Yeah.
that's really crazy to me. And
Yeah.
like I know now you still want kids, but not right away.
Yeah.
But
that definitely helped me. Like, usually, I mean, especially during this whole pandemic, I know a lot of people have been getting pregnant, and
Yeah.
it's always been like, no, for me,
No.
because I'm trying to still, do stuff. And I've lost one whole year, and I'm not trying to lose a lot more years
A
than
lot
that.
more.
Yeah, because you know.
Yeah, like I know I'm gonna have a hard time, getting used to. As much as I always say, well, I'm gonna move out soon or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not with the intent of getting away.
Mhm.
I guess like I just have, like personally, I always feel, or like I'm pretty sure I am, like the weakest one out of us three, the original three, as I would say. Like I don't see you struggling with like being an adult. And
I struggle.
I
I think.
yeah, I know you struggle, but
Yeah.
you always face it.
Yeah.
You had the trouble at work, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a new job, and you figure it out like
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like for me, like I just feel like I'm not like strong enough, or I don't want to say brave, but
Mhm.
I'm more hesitant than you guys. So like when I say that I want to move out like early and like get that experience or whatever,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, because I don't want to say scared, but I'm scared,
No,
because
yeah. I mean.
I've always had you guys.
Yeah.
I've always been able to rely on you guys,
Yeah.
and like it's gonna be scary, not
Yeah.
having you guys around.
No, I think it's you. A lot of people think that once you move out, that you're gonna be like,
Oh,
really, yeah, like,
Alone.
alone.
Like,
And you're
it's
not
not-
gonna, yeah. But I think honestly, it would still kind of be the same. The only difference it would be like not having, let's say, like dinner and like
Yeah,
breakfast
with everyone.
with everyone. But I think even if I like, okay, let's say I'm 24 now. I've been in a relationship for almost 3 years. So obviously, me moving out with him is in the talks. You
yeah.
know, like obviously that's a thing that's my next goal.
Yeah.
Right. So I think if I were to move out, it wouldn't be like, oh, you never see me for like a whole 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I still imagine myself coming over like every single day, like, oh, hey, mom, what you make, what kind of,
Pozole.
pozole, can I take some home, so it's kind of like, I think it would hurt us. I think because we're so close,
Yeah.
it would hurt us but it's just like,
We're gonna have to.
we're gonna have to do it. I don't know if people think that like I'm still here because I'm stuck, but I'm not.
Like I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to move from that.
Yeah.
Like I know I've said before already. It's gonna be hard to not have constant noise.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like when it's quiet here, I'm kind of freaking out for a bit. Because like, wait, are the kids here? Like,
Yeah.
are they still breathing? And so like I don't know. Like yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but like I know this is just like a moment in life where we have it good
Yeah.
right now. Like I know like how hard it is to like come up with a gift for mom.
Yeah.
Because like we kind of
We're like, we give her everything.
we got her everything,
Yeah.
whatever you like.
Apple everything. Apple Watch, iPad.
She has everything
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah.
And so, like I know she's like I don't know, like we still need to get her a house and a car.
Yeah.
Completely. But
See, that's the thing. Like I don't know if I've told you, but like how I saw it was in 2008. We were like, we had the, what people say, the American dream.
Patron on
We
ice,
had
popping bottles all day. We could have whatever we like.
Yeah, we had the house, we had the car,
2-story house.
Yeah, we
driveway
had-
with like 4 cars.
we had the dog. It was
R.I.P. Shaggy.
the, what people say, like I said, the
American-
American dream.
Yeah.
So everything was taken away, and I felt like maybe it was a sign, like we need to learn,
Uh-huh.
what we have and not take it for granted. So I think once I was old enough to realize that, my main goal has been taking mom from the bottom of the Ferris wheel to the top.
Yeah.
You get me? So it started off when we lost the house. We went to a 1-bedroom apartment,
Yes, sir.
right? And that was just mom
Only
taking
one
care.
bathroom
Yeah.
with
It's
2
like-
women.
It's going from a 2-story house,
Yes, sir.
3-bedroom,
3
2-bathroom,
bathrooms.
to a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, right? Because
Yeah.
that's
With more people.
yeah, not to mention that. So we went from the top of the Ferris wheel all the way to the bottom,
Yeah.
right? And I think I saw it as it was our turn to go down and slowly
Come back
go up that Ferris
You
wheel.
see, I think that really shows just how different we are, you know, because you saw it as not so much as a challenge, like, yeah, it was a challenge, but, you know, you saw it like, oh, now I got to step up.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I just got into, like, so much, you know, self-loathing, like, you know, just so much self-doubt where, like, oh, I lost it because I'm not good enough or whatever, you know, like.
And I think it's different because who you lost was someone much closer than, I'm not saying I wasn't close to my dad, but you know, a dad figure is a lot more important to a boy than a female. So I think it would have been because I'm not saying I wasn't close, but you guys had more of like a bigger bond than like if I were to, let's say if mom were to leave, you get me, like that would hurt me a lot more than if my dad
before right now I wouldn't know what to do.
You know, I think that's why it was a lot more on the emotional side for you, because you were really close to him,
but
you know?
honestly, like I don't remember much about him
because you were really small. That's, you get me, like, and for me it's not like I didn't have a relationship with him, but I had my mom, you know. So it was different. And not to mention, because of what happened, mom and I got much more closer, especially because I stepped up. You get me? So in my mindset, when we were in that one bedroom, I was still in high school, you know? So there was not much I can do. And I remember once I was able to start working, once I saved up money, once I had enough money, that's when I said, I came to mom and I was like, we need to get another apartment. We need more room. And that's how we started, you know? So in my head, in my mentality, like, I'm trying to get mom back to where she was.
Like I know now. I've always wanted that too. Like, you know, obviously I've always, you know, like, mom has worked enough. It's our turn. But I was just kept getting stuck in my head, you know, like, I'm not good enough to do it. I'm not strong enough to do it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just such a bitch thing to do. And so, like, I know that's what stopped me from doing a bunch of things. You know, like, I know, like I mentioned before, I don't think I put it in though. When we were getting my car at the dealership, and we're like, oh, so we were talking about how, like, you know, I want to be like a screenwriter, you know, director. And then mom's like, oh, like, hopefully I get to live long enough to see one of your movies. And I was like, so close to, you know, crying. Like, that would have been the first time I cried in a while. And, like, I know, like, just how much, you know, like, I really wanted to do it, but I was like, can I do it, though? And so I think that was something I've been struggling with, you know, up to, like, now. You know, now I'm saying I'm going to step up more, but, you know, like, I want to, you know, I'm going to start trying to work more.
Just the fact that you're doing this podcast and you've been, like, you know, consistent and uploading and, you know, having good, you know, stuff out there. I think that's, like, a big step, you know, because that's something that you weren't doing back then. And it's going good. You know, I'm
making thousands of dollars.
He's rich now. He can buy a boat, he said.
I could buy 2 boats.
So it's kind of like, you know, I think you're realizing now that if you put in work, it's going to be good for you in the long run.
Like, I know, I don't know if you do this too, but, you know, it's like, oh, I wish I could do that. You know, like, I know when I got the guitar, it was so I could play, like, some songs, you know, that I really liked, and I quit, like, so easily. Like,
and you were good. You actually learned a few songs, and just the fact that you stopped was just kind of like, oh, you know,
again,
like,
you see, that's the thing that I have too. Like, I was like I want to be reliable, you know. I want people to be able to rely on me, and I try, but every time I would try, you know, like you said before, it's like, oh, you know, like, typical Luis again, you know. And, you know, you may not feel that way, but, or, like, know you feel that way, but I'm pretty sure, you know, like, I know, like, you know, even for the small things, you know, we're like, oh, can you do this? I'm like, oh, I forgot. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like, I'm pretty sure you're like, oh, typical, you know, Luis.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to change that so much, but like, I just keep getting stuck in my head
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, why even try? You know, if you
If
can't do
people
it
think
now.
that, yeah,
And like, I'm getting over that. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
and
over
you're
it yet.
slowly, but you're
but I'm
slowly
getting
getting
over
over it. Yes, because I think, yeah, it does put someone down when people assume that because of your past you're gonna continue to be that way.
Yeah,
I remember in high school I was not doing so good.
middle school.
Well, in middle school I wasn't doing good, right? From 6th to 8th grade, I
She
was
was getting
not
in
doing
fights. She was
Oh my
smoking
good. I
blunts.
was not smoking blunts.
She was shooting weed. The whole deal. The whole package.
So my dean in my middle school
Knew who she
me,
was.
knew me, you know, knew my mom, knew my boyfriend at the time, knew everything about me. They made up a whole freaking
Intervention.
no, they made like a special class for like anger management, and I was put in that class, and it was just a class where we would talk about our feelings in the dean office, you know.
Yeah, I
It
didn't
was
know that.
all the troubled kids who would, you know, always go to the dean.
Yeah.
And it was a class that they started that year because there were so many kids who just were,
So many delinquents.
yeah, who were always at the dean's office. So instead of just wasting our time at the dean's office, they made it into a class where we would talk about our feelings. We would talk about what would make us. I think now I understand why people thought, not thought, because I think I
Well,
did, or I do have anger. Not that I have issues, but I think
You just
at the time so much was going on and there was so many changes in my life that
yeah.
it was anger, but there was no one I can show that anger to.
Not a specific person.
Yeah.
You would say?
And you know, the anger I did have for that person, I couldn't show it to him because he wasn't around.
Yeah.
So it was like I was showing it to people at school.
So you do think, like, you know, because I remember, like, how, like, I know I gave you a lot of shit about it before, and I'm sorry. You know, it's just the kid me, you know, being in honors, getting all the good
Yeah.
feedback and stuff. But I know, like, I was constantly like, like, you're becoming a bad person or whatever, what Cholita would call you. And I always suspected it was about Dad.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I always just felt like, you know, like you were like you weren't, you were stronger than that. You know, that it wouldn't affect you. But was it? 'Cause
I think at the moment I didn't realize it was, but now that like I'm older and I look
Since
back
we're
at
looking
it,
back.
yeah, looking back at it, you know, like the podcast says. I think it was. I think it was just a way of me showing. Like I said, I couldn't show that in my household, you know, with you guys, with my family.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like I was a rebel and I was like talking back to mom and I was like, you know, cursing everyone out like at home. It wasn't like that. It was just me reacting a certain way at school because I was able to.
Yeah, you know,
You get me? Like,
they
it
wouldn't really do
wasn't-
anything. You know?
Yeah, like it was weird because I could literally be in class and you know, be bad, get sent to the dean's office and just shut myself down in the dean's office, not respond to anyone, and have my mom pick me up and be like all happy with her. So it was kind of like, you know, I think I was kind of confused and I just didn't know what was going on at that moment. And I think the adults around me, the dean, I don't like, I want to say I remember her name, but I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
And it's like she did try to help me out. I know that if I were to see a kid now, you know, go through that, I would be able to understand what they feel and what they're going through. But I think at that moment, I didn't know what was going on with me. And I think mom also, that, you know, I was always getting.
I think mom was like confused too, because you know, because like how you said, you weren't any trouble at home, so every time, like I know every time you got into trouble, she had her doubts. She's like, she didn't do anything, like.
Yeah, and it was always her protecting me because she knew that I was a certain person at home.
Yeah.
But it's like at school, I think because, like I said, I wanted to show anger to someone, and I couldn't do it at home because I didn't want to.
Uh-huh.
So I went to do that at school, you know?
Yeah.
And it was, okay, you know how we had that meeting with Matthew's teacher, and he was like, do you want him to go to college?
Oh.
You know, like,
damn.
it does start in middle school, honestly.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you think
because,
so? Well,
because look, maybe not for you, but for
that
me,
was just so out of nowhere.
it was
dude.
just like, okay, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I can honestly tell you, I did not learn anything.
No
like,
algebra, no.
From 6th to 8th grade, all my grades were like F's and D's.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I walked across stage was because I took that anger management class.
Oh, really?
And I aced that.
Beast.
But that was the
Yeah.
only reason. That was like a thing that they had told us. Like, if you actually participate, if you talk about your feelings, if you do this and that, you will walk on stage.
Do you think that class actually helped you?
Not at the moment.
No?
I think at the moment I did it because I wanted to make mom proud of me able to walk across stage.
Yeah.
But I think I did it for the wrong reasons. If I were to get offered a class like that now,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would, utilize it a lot more than what I did back then. So it's like, even though it's just middle school, it counts because once I went to high school, Solon is such a very small town.
Everyone know each other. And a banana.
I remember being in high school. It's a whole new school, right? It's a brand new school. I told myself I was going to, try in school. I was going to learn. I was trying to fix myself. And there was this one time, it was my first period, and it was my English class. And it was like 3 days in from starting high school. And I guess, I don't even know who was talking, but apparently the teacher thought it was me, right? And I was like, that was not me. It was, I don't even know. I wasn't going to snitch, but it wasn't me. And he's like, yes, it was. And I started getting mad because he was blaming me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me. So I started talking back, and therefore I got sent to the dean's office. So I got sent to the dean's office, and the dean already knew me. Right? So I'm trying to explain what happened. It wasn't me who was talking. I was paying attention, blah, blah, blah. And the dean told me, do you not realize I know who you are? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I have meetings with the dean from middle school.
Sick.
And she warned me about you.
What a snitch.
And I was like, what? Like it was just like,
one.
like I was trying to start fresh because I was like, it's a new school. I'm going to actually try, blah, blah, blah. High school, it counts for college. I was thinking, okay, I actually want to switch everything around. I'm over, the whole dad thing. So I was trying to fix it, and it was just like, they thought it was me, and it's 100% was not me.
Mm-hmm.
So when...
Are you sure it wasn't you?
I swear. So when, she's kind of telling me, well, I know who you hang out with.
Yeah.
I know your backstory.
I know who you bang with.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it kind of put me down, because in my mindset, I was trying to get a fresh new start, and it was not a fresh new start.
Do you think you got that with Poly, though?
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
Yeah, because I know at Poly, that's where, you, like with the family, you were always stepping up,
Mm-hmm.
You never,
Yeah.
But, like, I know for school, you started getting more involved at Poly. You're in the...
And I was getting more involved with my schoolwork because I didn't have the people, that I used to hang out with.
Oh. The bad apple.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
I think it was just kind of like I didn't have any friends in a way, to distract me. So I was like, it's a fresh new start. Like, it was something I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And and I got it. So it was kind of like I was able to focus, and it's really crazy because if I were to go back to my middle school and tell them I graduated and where I'm at now,
They'd be in awe.
yes, for sure, because I was not the person I am today.
Yeah, like I remember when I went to Mount Gleason, I had that one teacher that you'd always like fight with. I think like she got
It
like
was that
plastic
one
surgery
teacher
or
with
something.
the big boobs,
Yeah.
right? She had like different last names because she kept like divorcing her husbands and like getting new ones.
Yeah, like I remember she's like, "Oh, are you Jenny's brother?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah." You know, like cuz I didn't know it was her or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like I don't think she said anything to me,
Mhm.
but you know, it was like like I hope you're not her like
Yeah.
her or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like the little dumbass jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I hated her really bad. Like she was the one that would always send me.
I
to the
know
dean's
mom
office.
wouldn't like her either cuz
Yeah.
you know.
I remember when they were trying to put uniforms, and she's
Oh.
like, "This teacher has big boobs and showing her boobs everywhere." Like, you know, mom. So when it comes, you can mess with
Well,
her,
she-
but when
she-
it comes to her kids,
Yeah, she got one of my
claws are
teachers
out.
fired.
Yeah.
Because he grabbed my arm too
oh yeah,
strong.
Lewis was a very, very, very big troublemaker.
I would hit everyone,
Yeah.
and it was before Dad left.
Yeah. So it was like,
you know, thinking about that too. You know, I don't think I had anger. You know, like that's crazy because I know you're saying like you always had anger,
yeah,
or not always had anger, but you know, like your reaction was anger. But for me, it was all like just like emotional stuff. Like
I think for you tried to be that support system where you can distract us, because there was many times where you would try to make us laugh when it was just like when it was like a very sad like moment, and for you it was like you were trying to make us laugh and you were trying to distract us in a way where like you made that a priority over like what you were feeling.
Well, yeah, I mean, like obviously I would feel stuff, but I don't think it was ever like anger, you know. Well, like you know, obviously I resented him, you know, like I was like, why, you know. But I don't think like it was ever like just an anger that I felt like it had to get out.
Yeah.
I think it was all just like emotional, you know, like blaming myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
And football, I remember in football I was always saying, oh, like it's helping me like release stress from my dad. But like I don't know, like I just like the sport, honestly.
Yeah.
like it was just
You were trying to make it more than what it was.
yeah, like honestly, I really was like
Yeah.
I just like being there, you know. And I was like, oh, like I get to hit people, I get to you know relieve stress from my dad, so don't mess with me. But you know, it was just like I was like.
And little did they know it was like years ago.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like, it's because of my dad.
yeah, like the when I said like my dad died.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
I don't. People still think he's dead, so I'm not gonna put this part. But
He's
It's
not
'cause
dead, guys.
I don't know what to say.
Like, who thinks? Who thinks there's?
I don't know. Oh, like just like you know, people you know like that were in the class. the people that know that he isn't dead, you know, are like my closest friends.
Yeah.
But
Do your closest friends think he's dead? Oh.
I told them that they told us he was dead, but that he called.
You're such a liar.
I was small. I freaked.
He was not small. He was in high school, bro.
I wasn't in high school. I was in high school.
You were in
I
high
was
school.
in ninth grade.
Yeah.
They're
And
like-
he would
they're like-
always put the kids as an excuse. You know, there was like release dates for like games or like PS4s.
They
I
were
don't even
map
know.
packs for Call of Duty.
I don't even know. But he would literally convince my mom to not go to school in order for him to get those. Like, it was just one thing you do have, dude. It's so crazy because
Mom cuts me so much slack.
she does. It's crazy. Like even as a small kid, he used to always be like, "Mom, can you buy me this?
It's on
special.
sale. It's on sale,
It's
Mom."
on sale. It's never gonna be like this, ever. It's $100 less." And you know, my mom would fall for it, and she would always buy it.
Yeah.
Or he would be like, "It's only for like one day. Buy it for me, Mom. Get it."
The sale's only till today. Look, it says right
Yeah,
here.
it ends at 12 p.m. Can you buy it for me?
Oh man, like I
Yeah.
know, like the most, like the one that I have in my heart is like convincing her to buy me a phone on her birthday.
Oh, yeah. But you made up for it.
But still, dude, like,
But
it's,
you still feel bad for him.
god damn,
He was such a spoiled kid.
why didn't you guys hit me?
You know, I remember like for a second, I would always be so mad because you knew what was going on. I don't know if it was because you were a kid or if like you didn't care at the moment and you just had a different like
I
way
think
of
it was
thinking.
a little bit of both, honestly.
But like he knew we were struggling.
At that point, yes.
He knew we were struggling, but he would still make it like into a thing. Like
It was
one
cheap.
thing, no,
It was
no.
cheap.
One thing I do remember, and like I have it engraved, and I don't even know. I think it's because, like I said,
Wait,
like
which one?
little things like that, like was the reason why I was like, I need to do something about this. Like I need to help out.
Wait, what?
Was I don't even remember what year it was, but you were so like convinced about the whole Reyes Magos thing. We had like dead ass. We had no money, and he was like, "Reyes Magos are today. I wonder who's like. I wonder what they're gonna bring me." And it was just kind of like, "Oh God, what are we gonna do?" You know, like Mom and I, we were just like, "I don't know. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And I remember we dead ass like had a bunch of coins, and we took it in to get like you know those machines where like
the coin masters.
the coin masters, and we literally it was at Rite Aid, and we took it in, and I remember we got you like canicas. That's what we got you. It was like $3, and we got that and whatever, and you were so happy with it. Like it wasn't even like you wanted something expensive. You just wanted something, and it was just like,
man, I don't deserve you guys.
no, it's like I think for us it was just kind of like why ruin it for him when he was still, because
I mean, you ruined it for me with Santa for no reason.
You were pretty old, bro.
No.
And you were te estabas pasando because you wanted like some kind of console. I don't even know what you wanted.
A PS3.
Yeah, a PS3 when we were struggling.
Like I said before, I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like I don't. Honestly,
no, but I mean now you know, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like a good way to end this. You get me like you started this podcast and it's been a lot more than what you expected, and it's kind of giving you a it has given you a motivation to do a lot more than what you were used to. And then after this podcast, I think being able to talk to you about it, like we've never done that. We've never had a conversation about looking back, so it's like being able to do that and just giving me a reason to be like, go for it, upload that video,
There's a lot more to say.
There is.
I know. I think I do want to like just put it all out there one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
I think it will happen, and I'm wishing you the best and everything. That's for sure. I'm always gonna be out there with my little Stan.
Me too. Just when you put your YouTube channel, I'll shout it out.
Shout it out.
I'll get you the 5 million flans, 5 million fans that I got.
Oh, okay.
The whole audience.
I'll let you guys know what my YouTube channel is.
Yeah, she'll put it on the
show. Actually, I do have it already. It's Janesta's Life, but I haven't uploaded anything.
That's the name?
Yeah.
That is so lame.
Looking back.
That's not the
ladies and gentlemen. Looking back.
Ladies and it's lbitt. Anyways, I should have ended it a long time ago. Or not a long time ago, but before I started talking. But yeah, this is
Looking Back, number 7, with the best Jenny Machuca. I'm just kidding. It's Jenny Reese.
It's legally Jenny Machuca.
Yeah, but
gonna be Jenny.
It's Janesta.
Janesta.
Look me up on IG.
Instagram. What is your Instagram?
It's Janesta.14, or you can look up my lash page, Lash on the Lashes.
You know I'm gonna just bleep those.
Lash on the